webinar, and today we are going to talk about the web report security. It's a very important aspect of the reports, as in we allow user to access the report only or create new reports, manage the reports. So there are various parts to the web report security. So we will try to understand those today. So starting off with the agenda. Just give me something on the chat saying that you are able to see my screen.
Yes, Kuntal, it is visible.
Okay, great. So as I mentioned, today what will be the agenda for today's webinar would be the report role options. What are the various report role options? What is the basic workflow for report security? So this is a very key thing to understand. And what are the basic security roles, how you can configure them, and what is the purpose? What is the roles and folder management, how folders are important for security, and what are the menu basically which will help you drive the access for the report and report roles. So in case people do not know this, we will also touch base upon this, right? So diving into the first thing, that is the security workflow. Now, what we need to understand from this basically diagram, what I'm trying to understand here is, or basically trying to explain here is, there are many reports that are there in the system. There are various finance module, procurement module, and various other modules that are there, right? So you might have a scenario where you want to provide those reports to various users, right? So right at the top is the user who has to see the various reports. So let's say user A needs to see only procurement reports, right? Or maybe inventory reports. So there has to be a role in this example. If you see, there has to be a role which will make sure that all my inventory reports or all my procurement reports are available on that particular role. Now that role can be assigned to user A, user B, and any number of users. So that could be any number of users, infinite basically. So, but my role is the key here, where I would say in this particular role, you only have access to inventory or procurement or finance, whatever module, or it could be a combination of inventory and finance. So that based on a requirement, you have to create a role with the basic purpose of what the role is, right? So we'll come to roles for this webinar. Now this role can have multiple folders, as I was saying, right? So it could have inventory or finance or procurement, whereas it could have inventory and finance and procurement, right? So if you see role Y, it just has one folder associated with it, whereas role X has only one folder associated with it, whereas role Y has 3 and 2. I mean 2 and 3 associated with it. So any user given the access to report role Y can have access to both the folders. Now, in the system, there could be many reports, right? So basically, you do a clubbing of the reports and provide it in a folder. So if you can see in this particular example, report 1 is available in folder 1 and report is available to folder 2. So this report 1 is available to all the users. A, B, and C are all able to see this report, right? Similarly, report 3 is also available to folder 1 and folder 2, right? So again, A, B, and C are all able to see this particular report, right? So there could be sharing of reports within the folders. Whereas report 2, 4, and 5 can be seen by the user C, right? We will go into the example of this, so that will be much more clear. But this is a picture that has to be there to understand the purpose. So I'll just go through this once again. So everything that drives the access to the reports are basically role and folder. A folder can have many reports in it, and if a role is associated with a folder, then all those users having that particular role will have all the access to the folder, right? And a folder and role can be mapped to a single folder or a multiple folders. Same is true for the folder as well. So folder can have multiple reports associated with it, single or multiple, right? We can always have this. Now, if we just go to, let me just go back to our screen. We all know what our this thing looks like, right? So this is where we do the managed report. See, this is my access to my managed report, right? So these are the various folders. The folders we are talking about, these are the various folders that are there. And there are some names, right? So based on my users, they have created this particular folder as well, right? So there are many folders, and I can have reports common to many folders or reports unique to that particular folder. So this folder is how we can go to the server and map this folder to my report, right? So only then we will be able to control the access of the role. So this will have to be associated with a role, right? So that role, when assigned to a user, will control the access of the user. So we'll see an example to this, but we need to do a little more theory before we understand this. So we'll go to the next slide. Okay. So what sort of users can be there? There could be a report admin. I mean, this is all based on a general theory. Now, this can change from customer to customer or implementation to implementation, right? So this is a general theory that there would be a report admin who will have full access to all my reports from my repository and server. So when I say repository and server, let me go back to this particular screen. So this is my repository where we manage the reports, and this is my server where we can manage roles and folders, right? So going back to the slide. So report admin is a person or a role basically who can have access to both repository and server, can create any type of.
Kuntal, I think the screen for the application is not visible. It's not visible.
Okay. Okay, let me share that as well.
Yeah.
I think I'll quickly. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, I was talking about this particular repository. Sorry for this goof up. So this is basically, again, I will just explain. These are the various folders which we are showing in this particular slide. If you can go back to the slide, this is the various folders: folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, right? Is my PPT as well visible, Navindu?
No, PPT is not visible right now.
Sorry. Let me share my entire screen once.
Yeah, PPT is now visible.
And is my application visible? Both are visible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I was saying, right, going back to the particular slide, right? So this folder is what we see over here. Yeah, so these are my folders. So master snapshot is my folder. Monitoring is a folder. These are my folders, right? So this is under the repository tab. If you go into the report menu, you will have a repository tab and you have a server tab and a home tab. This home is where you see all the reports, create, modify, run reports, right? You can do that. And repository is where you can manage the reports, folders, and server is where you assign the roles. Rather not the roles. Right. So these two menu are very important, repository and server. Another important thing with respect to menu assignment is in the security. So when you create a user, you need to assign the role, report role to the user, right? So if I say this particular user, he has got a report role of power user. So this user has got the report role of power user. So power user is the one who has got the maximum number of privileges, right? So it's also provided de facto as part of the Genesis installation. So as I was saying, roles, power user could be one role. There could be an operator, there could be anything, right? So report admin is your power user, right? So he or she can do have full access to the report server, can create any type of reports, view all reports, system and custom both, can manage folders, can assign reports to folder, can check all custom reports users, right? And can edit any custom reports as well. So all of the things that are possible from the report menu can be done through a report admin, which we also call as a power user. Okay. That is one scenario. Another scenario is when you have a case where the next level to a power user would be a report manager who has no access to the reports repository or server. So he will only get the home menu, and he can create any type of report or dashboard and can view folders and reports under that, right? He cannot manage folders and can edit any type of custom reports that are there. Reports created by him to be shared to other users with the same role. So this role, report manager, can be like more than one. Definitely, you will have only one report admin role. There cannot be multiple report admin role because this person, this role has got all my privileges, right? Whereas a report manager, maybe just a case where it will be just one role will be there, but there could be variations to this particular report manager with respect to a folder, with respect to maybe other things as well, right? So since this cannot manage folders, there could be a report manager with respect to a particular folder, maybe finance module, or another report manager with respect to other modules, right? So there could be multiple report managers in your system, right? And then comes the general user who has basically an operator who would have no access to the repository and server. Ideally, he or she should not have this particular access because the whole purpose of the general user is to just go and execute a report, right? So he cannot edit a report. He or she cannot create a report. Will be able to see folders under the folder that is assigned to it. So a folder has a hierarchy. So there's a folder, there's a subfolder, there could be another subfolder. But he or she cannot manage those folders. We'll be able to see the reports, but not able to view the reports, right? And then comes a case where there are special users. So this special user is parallel to your report manager. Again, doesn't have any access to the report repository or server, but it can create any report. It can view folder. It can manage folders as well, which the report manager could not do, and can edit any custom report assigned to him or her. So yes. So this is again a special user you can create. So these are all optional and will depend from implementation to implementation, right? So now we will move on to the server and try to explain what we need to do through this report admin thing, right? So as most of you would know what report admin has, right? So all the access here, you can view the repository server. Just bear with. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So if you see this particular user, this is my user basically. So you would see that I have access to all the folders. Whatever folders that are created in the system are available to me. Why this is so? This is because in the admin, you go to the admin menu, if you open a different tab, and meanwhile I just go to the repository as well. And if you see in the security, my user, where is my user? Yeah, where is my user? So you see my user, it has got the report role of power user. As I was saying, the power user is my report admin. So I have all my accesses. Whatever access I require, I can do all of it. I can manage report, I can create anything, I can assign reports. All of the things can be done through this particular role. Now this is the case which is de facto available to all customers, right? So now what we need to do is we need to create certain roles which will make sense as far as security is concerned, right? Let's go and create a security which will now make sense how we can manage the security and access. So let me go to the server. There is an option. If you see, there are options with respect to data, general, role, extensions, right? These are the various options that you have on the server menu. So in the third option, which we have for the role, this is where you can create a role. So in this role, you have 5 parts. First is the main, second is the general, third is folders, then is the objects, and then is the filters, right? So the main thing that drives anything is the main, right? We'll see what I mean by this. So let me create a test 1 folder. So I have access to only 1 folder. Now I will not check any of these options, right? This will basically these are options are basically to provide me some flexibility. But I won't go for a flexibility. What I want is just 1 folder access I want, right? So what I will do is go to the folder, add that particular folder. Okay, before I do that, I need to create this particular option, right? So I got a test1 folder. And in this, I can go and create a folder. I mean, choose a folder. I cannot go and create it, but I can choose a folder. Let's say I call it master. Okay, let's take webinars. Okay. And I say, okay. Now this role is not assigned to any user. So there is no purpose of this particular role right now. So what we need to do is we need to go to the users, add this. I think I need to refresh this because I made the changes. Let me just check the report role. Okay, it is there, right? So I will say test1 or test1. Login and password is the same. Menu role will be. Let's give the entire menu role, but report prof role would be just test1 folder, right? Okay, and user group may be admin, and I can assign 1 site to this. Maybe 2. So my user has been created with a username test1, and I have been provided 1 folder only. Where is it? Yeah. So this is my user. Now what will happen when the user logs in? Let's go and check that. Test1. Test1. Now, if you go to the report menu for this particular user test1, you should see only 1 folder. 1 folder should be appearing in the left pane. Let's check that, because only 1 folder was assigned to this particular user. See, there's only 1 report that is showing here. I mean, 1 folder that is showing here. Now, by default, in this folder, there were 3 reports. If there are 20 reports, all the 20 reports would show here. If there are just 1 report, only 1 report will show here. So whatever is there in this particular folder pre-existing, right? tomorrow, if I add 2 more reports to this particular folder, then when the user logs in the next time, you will be able to see those 2 reports as well. So the folder is constant, but the number of reports can change. The admin, the report admin, or the power user can change the number of reports that can be visible to that particular user. Right now, is this it? I mean, is this good enough for the user to run this report? Well, it seems so. Okay, no, it is not. So it says the access is denied. Right? Though the option is there, ideally this should not be there. But see, although the option is there, the access is denied. Why is that? We will understand when we go back to the original menu through this KP user. Because in my role, I haven't provided him access to to execute any data object. So the first option in the top of main menu, right? If you remember that, main, you can quickly go to that. So if you see in this particular option of main, I have not included any data object here. So none of my data objects are available for the user to run this report. So now, if I now select on include all objects and then apply, right? And I quickly just refresh this page. Log out. The other access, log out from this. Okay, that's a problem. I need to have 2 simultaneous logins to make it this quicker. Anyway, so now what I did was I provided access to this particular role. This user is already mapped to that particular role. So now when earlier he was not able to execute his report. Now once I have provided the data objects, so I think most of you would know what the data objects are basically useful for. This is basically when it connects to the database, right? So now if I run this report, it will now execute. So if I have a user which is basically not practically not used, where I have no data access for a role and provide that to a particular user, that user can only see the name of the reports or the folder information. But practically it is not used anywhere. So you minimum need to have that particular data objects included. So now I am able to run this report. There is no access denied error that is coming. Right? It can run the report right now. Next is if I am able to copy this. Can I copy this or edit this report? Yes, I am able to do that. Why? Because I have allowed the user to do that. Okay, I cannot use the same name. Of course, I have to give a new name. Right? So I am able to do that. Now, if you want to restrict that, if you don't want the user to create their own reports or want to make changes to this, so now what will happen is in this particular webinar folder, a new report will be there. So all users, so test 1, there could be test 2, there could be test 3. All users who have having access to this particular folder, webinars folder, will all see a new report of this new one in their folder as well. So if they now log in, they will also see this particular report. So probably the use case is where you don't want the users to create the new reports in this folder. We just want to let them to have just the execution purpose only. We don't want the user to have creation privilege because he or she may not know the full reports development or design fully, and he or she may create some reports which will be problematic, right? So that is why you want to restrict the usage of this particular role, where we say that this role is only for report execution. So how we can manage that? So through option where we go into the server and make this folder read only. So let me quickly go to that. I think the questions that are coming in right away. Navendu, if you see some questions that might be useful during the execution or during the webinar, just please chip in here. Right. So as I was saying that in this particular role, I don't want the user to create any report. So in that case, what I need to do is into the folders option of this particular role, I need to mark that particular folder as read only. Right. So if I do that and click on apply, I mean, make the changes and save the changes. Now when the user will log in again, he will not be able to duplicate any further reports. So if the user logs in again now, because now I have now I've given him just the read-only access, so he will not be able to duplicate any further reports. We'll see that. Once the page loads, we'll see that. So in this particular folder, all my report becomes now logged. Though these are not system reports. These are all not system reports, but they are all become read-only, right? So none of these are system reports. These are all custom reports. These have been created by some other user, but I'm not able to. I'm able to run this. Yes, I'm able to run this report, but I'm not able to copy this. So if I execution, yes, I can go and execute this. But if I want to say duplicate this or create a new one, the reports there will be a message saying that report folder is read only. So this user who has been assigned this particular role, which we just created, can only create, can only run the report. So this person cannot create any this thing report. But he will be able to execute this. So this is a basic example for a user only this thing report, where I will role rather. So this role is basically for the users for whom you do not want to provide him other access. Now the problem here is this user is able to see this particular repository and server as well. So he or she might be able to go and change that particular settings. One second. Right. So then what is the purpose if this is available for the user? Now this is something that you have to manage through the Genesis role. So there is an option in security, there is an option for role management, right? So if you create a role, let's say I have already created a role, I'll just show you that so that we can save some time. Yeah. So in this particular role, if you see in the report section, I have only, let me come at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. In the report, I have choose only home section. So now if I assign this particular role, right, to the user, then I think this is the menu role. So this is the menu role you have to assign to the user with the without the server access, without the repository and server access. Then the user will not be able to see that particular option of server and repository. So we'll quickly do that so that we know what we are trying to do. So our user was, where was the user? Yeah, so this is my user. And in the menu role, I give him role without server access, I mean without report server basically. So I save this now. Now I have to log out, since right now if I go there, it will show me that option. So I can see the repository and server option, but I need to log out once. And if I log in again, it will not give me that option anymore. So see, the menus are all gone away. Just the admin and the report. And in the admin, in the report section, we have just the home. So this is how you can control the menu options, and through menu option, you restrict the user from getting the repository and the server access, which is basically most of the administration that has to be done. And through your server, report server, you can manage the role through which you can create folder specific access for each of the users, right? So this was the example for a single user. Now the same. So now we understand how folder management works, right? Now as I was saying that right now there are 4 reports in this particular folder. So tomorrow there is a system report that is provided, and you want the user to use that particular report. So let's say finance. This is a finance folder, and there are 4 finance reports that are there. Tomorrow Genesis releases another report which is related to finance. So how would you make sure that the user gets access to that particular folder? I mean, sorry, particular report. So again, what you need to do is you need to understand the repository management or the folder management, the report management through repository. So this is basically managed through your repository. So if you know this is the particular report folder which is access being provided to that particular user, right? So if I now go and create, move any report, let's say I call bill collection report from here to here. Now in this folder, now there were 4, now there is 5 reports. If I just save this, if the user starts logging in into this, I mean again logs into the system, he or she will now then see 5 reports instead of the earlier 4 reports. So your manage report section area is where you manage your reports from. Yeah, and this bill collection can be also in monitoring as well. So I'll show you that. So after each manipulations of reports from the repository to the configurable view, you need to save it, because this will then commit it to the backend database system. So while it is getting saved, what I can do is I can create another role which will have more than one folder, right? So let's create another role. I said 2 tests, 2 folders. Right? It should always have the include all data objects, of course. And in the folder, you need to, okay, before you do the folder, you need to time. Okay, it's done now. Great. So what I can do is now the new folder management I was creating with respect to two. Yeah. Now I need to just do an apply first. So the name gets stored here. So now the two test2 folder is stored now. And in this, I'll add two folders. So earlier we had webinar 1. Now let me do, okay, let me do monitoring as well. Okay. Both will be read only, or it could have, one could be full access and one could be read only. So that kind of multiple options you can do. So right now I'll keep both of them as read only, right? And this objects filters, this can only be enabled when you select the various options. These options are a little bit on the advanced side. So when you say include all folders, basically it will include all my folders, right? Except the ones that are used here. So when you are not using this option checked, it will basically select only these two folders. The user will be able to see only these two folders. When you check this option of include all folders, then user will be able to see all my folders except these two folders, right? So if there's a super user, I mean next to the power user, something like that, and he doesn't want to have access to, let's say, some custom folders and only some system folders. Let's call it, I mean, let's say folder A and folder B. Doesn't want the access to folder B, then he can take two options. One is he will not check this one and select folder A here, or he will check this option and select folder B here. That means he will have access to only folder A. So there are various options that are there. So this we can do. So right now we'll just keep it simple, and we will just say that these two folders has to be access to this particular role for the test2 folders. There are two folders, and I want to provide access to these two folders. Okay. Now what we'll do is we go to the admin for the same user which we created earlier. We will now provide him with this new role, so that this user, when he logs in, is able to see now two report menu. Okay. So it was report role was test1 folder. Now it will be test2 folders. Save this. Log out. And again, log into that particular user. Since I'm using one browser, that is a problem that I have to log in and log out multiple times. Had there been two browsers, it would have been much easier. Anyway. Right. So we have again logged in through my test1 user. And now there should be two folders that are assigned. And in the first one webinar, there should be 5 reports. See, this particular report has come, bill collection report, right? So this which we have managed through the particular managed report option there, which we saved, is now available here. And now this user again has 2 folders. These are the reports that are there in the monitoring folder, and these are the reports that are there in the webinars folder, right? So this is the basic understanding of my role. I'll quickly revisit my PPT, and we'll just go through the various this thing. So if you see in this particular example, we created test folder 1 was a role. Test1 was a user. So I did not have user B, user C, just I had test1. And I had webinars folder here on which there were 4 reports. So this was the first part, and then I have created test folder 2 as a role, and the same user test1 I have assigned to the same to this role now, and and two folders, webinar 1 and webinar monitoring. So all my reports that they're under this particular folder, I was available for this particular user to execute only, depending on what the privilege that I provide on the role. Is it read only, or it is full access, or if I have full object access to the data objects, I get the various functionality for that particular role, various scenarios. So again, going through the scenarios, there is a report admin, and there are the various levels of subordinates for that particular role. So what basically we have covered is general user and report admin, and everything else is just a variation of it, right? So based on the various scenarios that are there as part of the organization, generally we see these two kind of users: the one with the special admin, the IT admin person, and these are the various reports who are using this reports without much of a option to edit those reports. They go and use those reports only, run these reports on a daily basis. It could be a bill was outstanding report, it could be a ledger report, whatever report that you assign to a particular user, he or she can then execute this particular report and then commence with the daily activity, right? So that was it. Just to recap of what we have done today. So we are now able to create report rows. Hopefully that is clear now. The workflow basics, I have explained this like at the start of the call, and then once we are at to the end, I showed it again with respect to the examples that we shown in this particular webinar. Basic roles and the purpose, security roles, as we explained through this part, we are gone through the various roles and how to manage those roles through the menu, through admin, through server, through report. Report, repository and server, we manage the report roles, and through admin security menu, we access the options of this particular menu to the user, right? So this is the various way you can manage the control the access of users through roles and menu and all those purpose, so that things are easier to manage and things are less complicated. So that was it. That was it from my side. Thank you all. Navendra, if you want to add something, please go ahead. That was it. Thank you.
It's fine. There is two question Q&A session. There is a two question is there. Can you just check once? Hello.
I can read them for you, Kuntal. Kuntal, you're on mute.
Yeah, I was saying that Mr. Sujit Swain is asking, kindly shows how to lock a particular file and folder.
File, that's something folder. I think you have shared that folder permission thing. But regarding file, what actually he is asking for?
I'm making see a system report. System report, I ask him to make this report only one report. That is not manageable. You have to create a separate folder then in that case. So Mr. Sujit Swain, what will happen is, let's say you have one report you want to make it inaccessible for the particular user or a particular role, then you will have to create multiple roles. So you have, let's say, report 1, which you want to lock, and report 2 and 3, if you don't want to lock, we'll have to create two folders. So the first folder, you will keep that as locked, and the next two folders, you will keep that as unlocked. So through folder management, you are able to do it. You cannot do it through a particular file or particular report. There's no file system here. There's just a particular report that you have to manage it. I hope that answers your first question, Mr. Sujit Swain. And actually, the folder only accesses some particular person only. Sorry,
I think it's actually the folder only accesses some particular person only. So it's not about the person. Actually, we are going with the group of that power user. Like that's a group we are just considering. So if you looking for some person, particular person specific, you need to go with that that group, right? Kuntal?
Yes, it is all through the role that you manage this access.
Right.
There are two things: role and folder. Role and folder.
So individual user wise, you have to manage the role.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, through the admin menu, which we are just talking about while concluding as well. So through the admin menu is where you will, security is where you manage the users. So these are all my users. They're like 36 users in this particular report, right? So of this, let's say there are 4 user. First 4 report you want to provide to only a finance module report read only, right? So individually you have to go into each of the user and change the report role. Right now, all of these have power user. Say you have created a role called as finance only, then that particular role has to be assigned to these 4 users. And those folders have to be read only. So none of these users will be able to go and change that particular report or create any new report, right? If you have another finance admin kind of a role who is able to create, let's say finance reports, design new reports. So the 5th user or any other user can have the report role of finance admin. So he or she or the users that are assigned this particular role will be able to create folders without any lock or anything, right? So this is how you manage the particular access. Not particular person, but person management or the user management is done through this admin security. Is there any further questions? I think I've answered this. Hope you have got your answer, right?
Then we can, if there is no question, then we can just move on to close this session, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any more questions either. So thank you so much, Nabendu. Thank you so much, Kuntal. And thank you everybody for joining us for this webinar. And we'll keep you updated if there is any additional session about the web reports. And as usual, I'll be sending you the recording of this webinar via email and uploading it on the YouTube, of course. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.